And go.
Hi, I'm Joe. Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Krista, and we're full-time RVers roaming the country.
For the past month and a half, we've been working our way from Washington down to Arizona, making our way to the Escapers Bash. So we're going to have a video on that soon.
We're staying at 1,000 Trails Membership Park.
The park is close enough to both Los Angeles and San Diego that we can make a day trip. So
We spent Christmas at Disneyland,
we went to Hollywood,
then the San Diego Zoo Safari, and the San Diego Zoo. So we went to the San Diego Zoo.
took a left, went right to the Skyfari cable car, is it?
Yeah, it's a cable
car. So we took that all the way to the back of the park. So a trick I read is to ride the Skyfari to the other side of the park first thing in the morning and then work your way back towards the entrance or exit. I guess it's more downhill if you go that way.
So once we got off of the Skyfari, we went to Northern Frontier and saw the polar bears. There wasn't really anything else over there.
No, most of it was closed or things were moved out for, construction, renovation, whatever.
Or weather. Or
weather, maybe. From there, we walked towards the elephants. Along the way, we skipped the 4D theater because we were just in Hollywood, watched the 4D Avatar. And if you don't know what 4D is, the seats, they pitch and roll. They have blasts of air, scents, strobe lights, all that kind of stuff watching the movie. So not just a 3D movie, but with your seat moving and rolling. It's really
pretty awesome.
What the zoo has is just a short little clip. We didn't feel the need for that. So once we got to Elephant Odyssey,
we got to see
dik-dik.
What they call a dik-dik.
Oh, I'm not kidding. That's what it's called. Where is it?
You went up behind there. They're very tiny.
Yeah, very tiny, and they're not a deer.
They look like little miniature deers, but they're not. And then we went around and saw a leopard.
Or a jaguar. I think it was a leopard.
It may have been a leopard.
Yeah.
I think some people were saying jaguar, so I didn't actually go find the sign to double check.
We'll call it a leopard. If we're wrong, put it in the comments.
It was rolling around.
Rolling around like a dog.
And then we went and saw...
Elephant. Where's the elephant? Well, the first one didn't have it.
It's actually a pretty big area, but I think it was blocked off, so they couldn't be in that front play area for elephants. They're in the very back.
Maybe they're a myth. They really actually don't exist.
No.
Was that what it is?
I think I saw some hay sticking out of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. There was one that was very pushy.
Pushy?
Yeah, he was pretty pushy. He was pushing the other one around.
Who's to say that was the boy? That was the females.
I didn't say it was male or female.
You said he.
Well, I'm just saying, he could be pretty pushy.
Afterwards was meerkats.
Meerkats. Those are some interesting animals.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
They are very fun to watch. There was one that was running back and forth. I think he wanted to be with the rest.
Yeah, they separated him for some reason. Him, her, whatever. They separated it.
Don't know if he was new to the area or if he...
Maybe that's the male and all the others are females.
He was not happy being by himself.
So from there, it's an easy walk right through Africa Rocks. That's got a whole bunch of different species of monkeys and primates.
A lot of monkeys.
A lot of monkeys. A lot of different primates.
Ringtail lemur sunbathe position. When they raise her out, that's what they do.
And then there's the lemur. What's that one TV show our daughter used to watch?
I don't know.
Zubumafu. Once we got down to the bottom of African Rocks, we realized we totally missed the Australian area. So we had to backtrack all the way up towards outback or urban jungle.
Because I couldn't leave the zoo without seeing my koala bears.
So there were other bears along the way back because we took a different trail.
We got to see these two sloth bears.
So is a sloth bear the laziest bear?
One was sleeping and the other one was just roaming around and decided he wanted to go wake her up by jumping on her.
Who's to say it was the male waking up? Maybe the male was sleeping.
You told me as we were there, that's the male checking on the woman.
That was my guess.
Because I don't think the female's just going to go jump on her husband. Oh, maybe.
So you finally got to see your koala bears.
I have always wanted to see a koala bear in person.
What do you think?
They're beautiful. I wish I could hold one.
They're cute, small, cuddly looking. They'd probably tear your face off if you got too close to them, though.
But they are very cute. I'm happy now.
You happy now you saw a koala?
I finally got to see my koalas.
You got to find something that sleeps 22 hours a day?
It was 20 hours a day. And then after that, we got to see... We didn't get to see any kangaroos.
Nope, there were no kangaroos out.
No. I'm pretty bummed about that because even at the safari zoo, we didn't get to see kangaroos.
The hippos weren't out.
I'm just going in circles.
So after we were done with the outback, Australian urban jungle, whatever they call it. They called it an urban jungle. I don't understand why. We went back down the hill into Hume.
Anyways, they serve Asian food.
The Asian cafe. Down there was an anteater, I think it was, that they had out.
Very long snout.
Yeah, very long snout.
That was an
We
anteater.
just caught the tail end of it. And the people there that were doing the presentation are volunteers. So that was kind of shocking how many volunteers are at these zoos.
Yeah.
They're not all paid employees there, so pretty impressive. From there, we went up the elevators. We went to, I think they call it Treetops Way.
To the gorillas. They were kind of small. They weren't very big gorillas.
One of them was.
I'm
The male
thinking
was.
King Kong, where you got these ginormous gorillas, and these guys were like itty bitties. They were.
The older male gorilla was bigger than any of us.
Well, I hope so. I don't want to be the size of a gorilla.
Yeah, King Kong's not real though. I
I
mean,
know, but
I don't have a 100-foot gorilla in a zoo. They tried that. He broke free. Remember? They thrashed the town. That was the whole thing for King Kong.
and then of course we had to go see the reptiles. Not that I'm a fan of reptiles.
Yeah, from Treetop Way, we went to reptiles, mostly snakes, a few lizards.
Yeah.
Rattlesnake was pretty active. Thank God there's a piece of glass there. And then the king cobra.
King Cobra was active.
He was trying to
I
get
think
out.
he was-
I mean, he was, pens are what, 4 or 5 feet tall?
Yeah.
And this thing was straight up in the air trying to get out. From the reptile house was hummingbird habitat.
Slightly do that say you wipe your feet on the mat and let this door close before opening.
Not very many hummingbirds in there.
No, I think I've seen more in people's backyards with feeders. So that was kind of
But it
disappointing.
was kind of neat to see them sitting still, and you can actually see them without them flying away right away.
Yeah, I got a couple good shots.
There were some other birds.
Yeah,
in there,
just
too.
other birds. I was expecting to see hundreds of hummingbirds.
That's
in
what
there.
I was expecting. It like the butterfly exhibit we saw.
Yeah, maybe they would be zooming past your head all the time or something like that. And really wasn't the case. It was neat to see them, but I figured there should have been a lot more.
And then after that,
Crocodiles and turtles.
oh my gosh, we saw the biggest turtle.
Yeah, huge turtle. They were just putting it away.
I don't know,
He got
but
stuck in the mud.
he got high-centered, just about. I wonder how much one of those weighs.
And then crocodiles with really skinny noses, skinny
Crocodiles.
mouths.
Yep. And then there was also turtles in that exhibit.
Yep, in the water. So a few things that we did skip when we were at the zoo was the Lost Forest Hippo Trail area.
And we were running out of time. So
Yeah,
it's not
we were
like
running out of time. We skipped the Discovery Outpost. There was mostly kids there. The only thing that we kind of missed maybe was the insect area. And then we didn't go to the bird aviary. Last thing we missed out on was the tour bus. I saw recommendations. If you first get there early enough, you can get the tour bus without a huge line. It's about 35 minutes. You get a good lay of the land. We got there a little bit later, so we skipped that. A totally separate property away from the San Diego Zoo is the San Diego Zoo Safari. So it's mostly like African safari. They've got the Australian walkabout.
You've got the African area. You've got...
Yeah, a few different things, a little more open space. One of the mistakes we did make going to the safari park, we went on a rainy day.
Should have brought a change of clothes.
Should have brought a hat. Or an umbrella.
I don't think we own an umbrella.
No. You get one of those,
Ponchos.
I was going to say garbage bag, but yeah. And then you got all the construction. and we didn't research it ahead of time. So without researching ahead of time, we didn't really get an idea of the mapping and plan out how we were going to walk it. We weren't able to see the whole thing. The park closed. Okay, follow the signs. And if you don't see the signs, follow the wife.
Don't always follow me because I get you lost.
She said it. I got it on camera. But the two major points of that whole park is the guided tour.
Yep, the guided tour where you got to go inside the pen with the giraffes.
So of course, when you have 188 giraffes born at your facility, like we have, you need to manage genetics. And that's why Rook is here and Kafili is no longer here. We don't want him to mate with his daughters.
Right.
So someone's got to go. And it's just easier to send the dad of a whole bunch of kids than to send all the kids.
I didn't want to pull up
And then Upinde, the little guy, he's a boy. He has no idea yet, so don't say anything, but he'll go to another zoo.
Oh.
Before he starts getting interested in girls, we'll ship him to another zoo. So he definitely is eating solid foods, so he's eating those branches, but he's still nursing. All the other kids out here are done nursing, although occasionally you'll see the ones that are done nursing still trying to nurse. Like even a year and a half old, sometimes trying to nurse.
Wow.
And down. There we go. That's super awkward. You don't see giraffes sit down all that often. If you do, it's usually the kids or the older ones if they actually live that long. And you can see why. It's just very, very awkward. Not to mention it's even more awkward to get up. So if you're a prey species, which giraffes are, you want to make sure that you're kind of keeping away from lions.
Rhinos were in there. They're ginormous.
Hi, Utamu. What are you doing, sweetheart? It's very nice to see you today. Are you enjoying the weather? That's my girl. So Utamu's the only animal in this whole area that's been here longer than me.
Oh, wow.
So she's known me for 20 years. That's why I talked to her, because she was looking a little bit like, oh, what are you guys doing?
There's also a tram that you can ride. It was pretty short though.
25 minutes.
And you don't get very close. So the guided tour, I think, was an hour and a half.
That tree there, and a lot of the trees in this habitat, have you guys noticed that a lot of the trees are trimmed up about the same height? About 18 feet or so off the ground? We have an amazing horticulture team here that works with all of our plants. In fact, we have more endangered plants here at the safari park than animals. But our horticulture team do not trim the trees in this habitat. You're looking at who trimmed the trees right now, our giraffe.
Most of the animals and attractions were closed. Still no kangaroos, so neither place we went to we got to see kangaroos. Never seen a kangaroo in real life. We're trying to find kangaroos, and we wound up finding the Chinese garden instead. From Australia to China, we didn't even cross water.
Yes, we did.
That's not much water. Find one?
No. He's staying dry.
Find a kangaroo?
No. I really wanted to see a kangaroo. There was no shows.
Yeah, no shows. The gorillas were gone. Mr. Gorilla, where are you? I see no gorilla. He's hiding. He's scared of the rain. Aren't gorillas from the jungle where it rains all the time? This one's scared. Even the restaurants, it's almost like the restaurants were still dealing with COVID policies or something. They were really bare, really limited menus.
It was very quiet, not very many people, and I think it's because of the weather was pretty nasty.
Yeah. So if you want to go to San Diego Zoo Safari Park in the rain, it's a lot less of a crowd, but there's also a lot less animals.
All the animals are in hiding.
No kangaroo.
And no gorillas.
No gorillas. Two kinds of kangaroos. There's a couple others as well.
What else did we miss?
people.
That's okay. It was quiet.
But there's a bonus to that. I did get to lay down with a lion.
If you stare at her too much, she may charge you, just FYI.
Well, you had glass separating you.
And you got to pet goats.
I did get to pet goats. Always wanted my own goat.
I don't think you can take them home.
He won't let me have a goat.
You want to put a goat in the trailer?
No, I wouldn't want to put a goat in the trailer. But they are cute.
And a newer addition to that park is duckbill platypus.
Oh yes, they had 2 of them.
Well, there are 2 of them, but only
There's-
one was out on
Yeah.
display.
I think they said they're the only ones,
The only ones in captivity in the United States.
or the 2 at the San Diego Zoo Safari.
And they're a lot smaller than I imagined.
Yeah, I always thought they were bigger, but they're actually
Yeah.
pretty small.
So I don't know if that one was a baby or it might have been a baby either way. But yeah, they weren't very big.
They're pretty cute. That's it.
That's it. Any questions, comments, anything else? Something you want to see? Leave it in the comments down below. And we'll get back to you after these messages.
Peace out.